2025 USA Championships going down Thursday to Sunday, just a few days away. And today, let's talk about those hurdles. The women's 100 and 400 hurdles, the men's 110 and 400 hurdles. Going through the predictions to give you what I think about each of the events. Go in the description below. I got you with all the links you need for Citius Mag. We'll be on the ground covering literally everything across the board. So be sure to tune in for every single day of the championships. Also, check out the preview that I did of USA's on CBC Sports. Shout out to Perdita and Aaron. If you haven't already checked it out, go in the description, check that out as well. But let's dive in. Women's 100 hurdles. Already did a little preview with Dawn Harper Nelson. Shout out to Dawn. Absolutely amazing. Check out the preview, and then also on Coach Rob's channel, have like the full sprints that we previewed with her there as well. But let's dive in. Gonna give you my top three. Grace Stark, Masai Russell, Aaliyah Armstrong. But I'm gonna be honest, this top three can be completely different. This top 8 can be completely different. I don't know what's actually going to happen, but I will say Grace Stark, to me, is the most consistent hurdler in the United States this year. She's run a personal best of 12.21 seconds, and she's run 12.33 and 12.42. She won the Diamond Leagues in Paris, Stockholm, as well as one of the Chinese Diamond Leagues. And I think she's been, again, the most consistent hurdler across the board to say that, okay, I can see her taking the win, and it would not be a surprise. I mean, any of these women winning would not be a surprise, but she looks the best to me this year. She made the Olympic team last year, made the Olympic final last year, didn't get a medal, but she knows what it's like to compete for these big teams based on what she's been doing last year and then also throughout this entire season. So we'll see how she does go. Masai Russell, I'll be honest, I originally didn't even have her on my team, maybe as recent as a couple days ago, because she set the American record earlier this year, 12.17 seconds, but after that race, she got injured, so she took some weeks off. She returned over the past couple weeks and got back into form. She's been running 12.5, I think 12.6 in Monaco or another place. So she's been, a little more. She hasn't been as fast as she was previously, but she looks to be getting back into form. And the thing that I like about Masai Russell is that she has now had a ton of experience at these global championships. 2023 made the team. 2024, of course, made the team, won the Olympic gold. She won the USA Indoor Champs. She skipped out on World Indoors, but she has so much experience that even with this injury setback, I think she's going to be right back in the fold and competing for a spot on this team. I don't think she'll win, but I do think that she's going to be ready. She knows what to do. So we'll actually see. And then Aaliyah Armstrong. Aaliyah Armstrong, to me, has been reasserting herself as one of the best hurdlers in the United States this year. 2022, she made the team to the World Championships and finished 4th place in that World Final. That was the final where, the semifinal is where Toby broke the world record. But in that final, wind aided, Toby ran 12.06 seconds. Aaliyah was 4th place there. So she knows what it's like to not only make a team, but also compete with the best women in the world. And this season, she's been relatively consistent. 12.49 seconds down in Florida, 12.54 seconds to win the Racers Grand Prix, 12.57 seconds down in Tennessee, and then most recently she ran 12.53 seconds in Italy, actually beating out Masai Russell. So the consistency there for Aaliyah Armstrong, relatively, it's there, and I think she is on one right now. So that's my top 3, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. Like I said, I actually didn't have Masai on the team originally. I did have Christina Clemens, but I don't know. You can't predict the 100-meter hurdles. Christina Clemens, I think she has the capability of actually making this team. She's been making some steady progress in 2025. She ran 12.5 legally on 3 different occasions this year. She also most recently ran 12.39 seconds with a plus 2.1. So I think it's a little tricky because her personal best is only 12.51 compared to some of the other women, but she is the most experienced in this field. Made the Olympic team in 2012. She won the World Indoor silver medal in 2018, I think. She's been competing since 2012. She was at the Olympic trials and she was the NCAA champion this year. Most experienced, but we'll see. You have Alicia Johnson. Unfortunately, she hasn't been very consistent this year. Her most recent race was she ran a legal 12.32 and she ran a slightly windy 12.27 again in that race with Christina Clemens. But for the most part through the year, she's been running 12.8 to about 12.6, just not as consistent. But she made the Olympic team last year, so anything can happen. Anything can happen. You have Tania Marshall. She's been a little mixed. She's run 12.9, 12.8, 12.7, 12.6. She ran 12.5 twice. She's never made a team to Worlds or Olympics. This could be her year. She trains with Melissa, TT, and Sha'Carri, Kenny, like Courtney, all of them. That's her training group. But I don't know. She's been a little mixed this season for me to say, all right, she's definitely going to make the team. And then you have Kenny Harrison. She's been okay, not too amazing. She ran 12.40 in Miami, that American record race with Masai and Tia. 12.48 in Paris. She ran 12.50 in Prefontaine, but overall her season just hasn't looked as great. All of this is to say, I don't know exactly who's going to make the team, but I'm going to give you my potential top 3 of Grace Stark, Masai Russell, Aaliyah Armstrong. I do think Christina Clemens has a very strong shot here, so I wouldn't be surprised if she made it. Also, shout out to Tia Jones. She got injured at Prefontaine, so she's out, but that's my 100-meter hurdles. Don't hold me to that because I don't even know. But if I get it right, hold me to it. We'll see. Women's 400-meter hurdles. This one is pretty chalk, in my opinion, in terms of the top 3, but depending on the order. But I'm going to give you, I think Anna Cockrell will win, Dalilah Muhammad second, Jasmine Jones is third. You can interchange all 3 of them in any place, but I think Anna Cockrell, I think she's going to be really motivated to get the win here. She has never won a U.S. title, and I think she's really on pace to do something special. She already got the Olympic silver last year when she ran 51 behind Sadie McLaughlin-Roney. But I think she's going to progress towards that this year and really put down something special. She's already run 52.9 at one of the recent Diamond Leagues. So she's not as fast as Dalilah, who's run 52.5 this year. But, we'll see. I think Anna Cockrell might get the win. Dalilah, I have in second. She's run 52.5 and also 52.9. Like, I've spoken at length about what Dalilah is doing in the 400 hurdles this year. She is on an absolute tear, and I think she's on pace to potentially medal at the World Championships. But Dalilah, second place. I would be absolutely shocked if she missed this team, and we know this is her final year competing. She's retiring after this year, so I think she's going to make this team, and she will probably run fast. I think she'll probably run fast along with Anna. Similar with Jasmine Jones, who I have third here. She's run 53 seconds, I think, at the most recent Diamond League. I would actually pick her to win, but I think she needs a little more time to build back up to, her previous form. The thing is, she got injured, I think, twice this year before opening up at the Philly Grand Slam track meet. And then again, she ran 53 seconds at the most recent Diamond League. I think Dalilah and Anna are just in better shape right now. I think they're ready to run 52 low, whereas Jasmine, I think she needs more time to build up. But I think she's going to be safe on the team. And she probably has the most upside going into, I guess, this year, but also maybe in future years. She's the youngest for sure. The thing is, I do think one of these women runs 51 seconds here. I mean, I'm saying that Anna is going to win, so probably Anna, but I think Dalilah can do it. And honestly, Jasmine Jones can, quote unquote, surprise me. I think she's just needs a little, I don't know. If someone's going to run 51 seconds, in my opinion. But Anna, Dalilah, Jasmine, you have some others like Akayla Garrett, number 2 in the NCAA this year. You have Cassandra Tate. She was the 2015 World Championship bronze medalist. Santa Hebron, she was 4th at NCAAs. Rachel Glenn and Shamir Little, neither of them entered, I think, due to injury. So, it's a little, I think there was only 16 or 18 women who are entered to run the 400 hurdles. I don't know. I was looking back in 2019. That's a year when Dalilah Muhammad broke the world record at USA's. I think 12 women ran the 400 hurdles. So you literally had semifinals and finals, and it was like 8 out of those 12 women went into the finals at USA's. It was crazy. Someone could fact check me on that, but I feel like it was ridiculous. We might have another situation like that here where it's only semifinals straight to final. Who knows? But women's 400 hurdles, let's move over to the men's 110-meter hurdles. Grant Holloway, he has a wild card, so he's good. He probably will run the heats, maybe the semis, but then just bow out. He's not, in my opinion, I don't think he's running the final, just like he does every single USA's. But after that, Trey Cunningham, Cordell Tinch, and probably Dylan Beard. I'm going with Dylan Beard as my number 3, but Trey Cunningham, in my opinion, he's the class of the field. 13 seconds on 2 different occasions this year. He actually beat out Grant Holloway earlier this season, and the only time he lost to any American was at Grand Slam track in Philly when Jamal Britt and Cordell Tinch beat him out there. But he's beaten everyone multiple times this year. So Trey Cunningham, in my opinion, he's the class of the field. Cordell Tinch is second. He's been the most consistent after Trey Cunningham. He, of course, has the world lead at 12.87 seconds, equal number 4 all time, tied with Diamond Robles. He won the Diamond Leagues in China, and he finished, first or second in all of his races throughout the season, except at Grand Slam track in Kingston, which was the first race of the year. So that is what it is. so I don't know. It's mixed. He's been the most consistent outside of Trey. He has some losses, but he has the experience. He made the team in 2023. Last year at the Olympic trials, he finished 4th place running 13.03. Like, I don't know. He doesn't want that to happen again. He does not want that to happen again. And yeah, we're going to see. Dylan Beard, I have him in 3rd place though. But this event is very, very complicated, just like the women. But Dylan Beard, he has personal bests, multiple this year, 13.02, 13.08. He's, I guess he's a little spotty when it comes to his record overall in the hurdles. He has some like 5th places, he has a 3rd places, he has a 9th place this year. But I think he's getting more consistent as the season has progressed. I think he's very motivated this year. And based on what we've seen on his tour of Europe, I think Dylan, probably I'm giving him a slight edge to make this team. But then you have Jamal Britt, won the Grand Slam track meet in Philly. He's made multiple finals at USA's, including finishing 4th a few years ago. I think he's very motivated, but I don't know. It's tough to say he's definitely going to make the team. You have, Jacoby Tharp, the NCAA champion, and both indoors and outdoors. He competed on the circuit internationally. I think one of the races in France. He then went to Monaco. So he's been on the circuit, which is good for his experience coming to USA's. And he can make the team. I mean, he ran 13.05. He can make this team, but we'll see if it actually does pan out with him actually getting onto the team. I'll talk about this tomorrow with my NCAA athletes, but he's doing something similar to Grant Holloway and Daniel Roberts in 2019, where they ran, of course, they were 1-2 at NCAAs. There was a long gap between that and USA's. So both of them went to Europe to compete on the circuit, and then they came back to USA's and made the team 2 worlds. So that's what kind of Jacoby Tharp is doing. We'll see if it works. Freddie Crittenden, Daniel Roberts, it's tough, man. They haven't been looking, I guess Freddie, it's mixed. I mean, I'm not sure exactly where they're at. The thing is, Daniel Roberts, Olympic silver medalist. Freddie Crittenden, 6th place at the Olympics and 4th place in 2023. So both of them are probably the most experienced out of the group here. But I don't know. There have been a little mix this season. So we'll see how things actually do pan out. But shout out to all these guys. This is a very competitive event. Anything can happen. We'll see. Let's end off men's 400 meter hurdles. Rai Benjamin show, end of discussion, right? He's the class of the field. The only question is, how fast will he run? And what kind of statement does he want to make a statement here, to make some noise for Carson Warholm and Alison Dos Santos on like, listen, yes, I beat ya a couple times. Alison Dos Santos, you came to Prefontaine, you beat me, but like, remember, I'm the Olympic champion. Let me just show ya how I do this, right? He's already run 46.54. That's a world lead this year. He's also run 46.71, 46.93. Like Rai Benjamin, again, we'll see how he actually does pan out here in terms of the time and the performance. And I think he said he'll run a few Diamond Leagues after USA's, like during August, but don't hold me to that. Just looking forward to seeing what he's able to do. After that, I do have Trevor Bassett and Chris Robinson in that order. Now, Chris Robinson, he's run 48.05, but Trevor Bassett is the most consistent hurdler outside of Rai Benjamin in 2025 for the United States. His season's best, is 48.14, which is only the 5th fastest American this year, I think. Again, fact check me from what I noted down in my notes, but he's also run 48, he has 48.14, he's run 48.25, 48.29, and 48.50. That is the most consistency from any hurdler, again, outside of Rai Benjamin. So I think that he is really gearing up for something really good. He hasn't missed a team for the United States since 2021, right? He's made 2022, he got a medal at World Champs. 2023, he made the final at World Champs. And then 2024, unfortunately didn't make the final. He had the repechage rounds, got to the semis, but he's very consistent. He is the most consistent hurdler, of course, this year, but also over the past couple years next to Rai Benjamin. So Trevor Bassett, Chris Robinson, number 2 time in the United States with his 48.05, which is crazy. Like Rai Benjamin's at 46 and no one else has run 47. Wow. All right. 48.05 from Chris Robinson, but like I said, not as consistent as Trevor Bassett. He did beat Trevor at the Miami Grand Slam track meet, but that was a little bit earlier this season. That was the first weekend of May, I think. He's run 48 seconds 3 times this year, but so I feel like he has the most potential. And he did have that concussion, of course, when he had that, mishap at whatever race that was overseas. So I don't know. That was a good race. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, he ran that while fixing his shorts or whatever. He ran 48.05 doing that. That's actually kind of crazy. He's a 47-second runner. So yeah, we'll see. Chris Robinson, he's making the team though, regardless. You do have CJ Allen and Caleb Dean. CJ Allen, he's around 48.10, which was his most recent race in July, about a week or so ago. So he's like rounding into form leading into USA's, and he made the Olympic team last year. He made the World Championships in 2023. So he knows what it's like to make teams. But outside of that 48.1, he's mostly run 49-second races. He did run 48 at the Kingston Grand Slam track meet, but he just hasn't been as consistent as I would like to say, all right, he's going to beat Trevor or Chris Robinson. So we'll see. Caleb Dean, similar situation. He's had a mixed season and some okay races in Grand Slam track. He's run 48 seconds a couple times. He ran 48.08 in Canada just about a couple weeks ago. So he's getting into form like CJ. But the thing about Caleb and CJ is that they haven't shown that consistency throughout the year that I would like from them to say, all right, like Trevor Bassett has shown consistency. Chris Robinson, he's shown that consistency. So it's tough, but you know, anything can happen. Those are the hurdles though. Women's 100 hurdles, men's 110 hurdles, and then men's and women's 400 hurdles. Let me know what you think. Again, these are just my personal predictions, and I try and be as balanced and just give you my thoughts as I'm going into USA's, because, you know, I have the privilege and the opportunity of, you know, talking with these athletes. So I really have to be prepared and know what I'm talking about when I'm asking them questions. So these predictions, it helps me start some conversation with you all, but then also helps me, you know, invigorate and like re-engage with my knowledge about where everyone is at this year. So let me know what you think. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Always appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching.